Wait. I did it! Technology! Hi, everyone. All right, is everyone on? Can everyone hear us? Let's see. Let's make sure. We're popping on.
It says live.
It says live?
I don't know if that means something or not, but...
Let's check it. I'm going to check my phone. It says we're live. Yep, I'm watching myself talk
good.
right now.
Okay, good. We did it. We did it. Actually, let's be real. You did it. Well, hey, I'm Julia Burnett. Thank you so much for being on. And I just, wait, I look there. I'm like,
we look right there.
Hi, I'm Julia. Thank you for being on, everybody. Anyway, I really want to thank Amanda, who drove all the way from Dayton, Ohio this morning to be here. So that's kind of a big deal, just so we could be together. And so it means a lot to me that you would even suggest doing this. And of course, I jumped right on. I was all about it. But thank you again for your time, your investment, just your preparation, so that really everyone else who's listening to this and watching this can really take their business to the next level with this. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and what I wanted to say is when I first heard about this app that Mary Kay launched, the My Customers Plus app, I got like a little bit crazy excited. And the reason why is because it's going to be a game changer for anyone that really takes the time to invest the time to really learn how to use it. This is going to be a game changer for your business. I look back over, when I started in 2002, like nothing like this existed. And so the amount of paper that you had to use to run an efficient business, the amount of time you had to use to track things, the amount of organization, the amount of office help you had to have. And now it's like they are doing everything they can to help us make as much money as possible. So it's going to be an investment on your part just to kind of dig in and try to learn it. But I think that it's going to pay off a lot. And so my personal little goal is for us is that every single working consultant in our national area would download this app and would learn how to use it. And I think that you'll be so glad that you took the time to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So Amanda, I'll take it away.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm Amanda. Didn't we share anything about me? Should I share anything before?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been building my business. I'm part of the Revolution area Onward Inner Circle this year. Been building my business for 4 years, and I absolutely just love my business. So I love what I do, and I love technology. So I have a physics background, so I love programming subconsciously still, and this is like a program. So it's a program to build your business. I'm so excited. So so we're going to go ahead and get started. So there's a couple objectives that Julie and I went over at the very beginning. We basically want you to be able to know how to even use the app, because I know for me, when I first got it, it was a little bit overwhelming. So we want you to be able to use the app, know how to put stuff in, how to actually use it. And that's the most important part. And the second thing then is next week we're going to go over how then, now that we have all this information, how can we maximize it? How will it benefit my business in the longer haul? So today we have 3 objectives. 4 technically. 1, I want you to have it all downloaded. So download the app. Download the app. You can do it. If you have an Android, you go to Google Play. Is that right?
Yeah.
And if you have an iPhone, I go to my App Store. I think that's what it's called. So you're going to do that. And then you want to make sure you're also updated. So if you can't access it, typically it's mostly you might need more storage, or you might need to actually do an update for your operating system. So those kind of questions we will not be answering because we do not know how to do that. But today our goal is to actually show you how to do inventory. How to put your inventory in. We're going to show you how to actually input your customers, and then we're going to show you how to do all of your sales electronically, which is awesome. So, you guys excited? All right, thumbs up. And I think this is our first live, so you can it, love it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Laugh at it. So, all right. So what we're going to do is then we're going to go ahead. And if you are following along, what I recommend is that the other thing before we get started actually is at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of learning, but there's also a lot of technology, and so you want to make sure this video will be, I think, accessible after today. So you might have to rewatch it, a couple of times, and so it's just like learning how to drive stick shift. Sometimes you start out slow, sometimes you get it really fast. So you just make sure to go over, practice, and don't get frustrated. So celebrate the small wins. So what we're going to do is go ahead and everyone grab your phone. So everyone should have their phone.
And this works out good because she has an Apple phone or iPhone, and I have, we don't say Apple phone.
Apple phone.
She has a Macintosh phone. I have an Android. So that'd be perfect. We got one of each.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead to My Customers. I'm assuming that everyone has it already downloaded. If not, you're going to go to your store. Go ahead and click on the app, and it's just like any other app it's going to open. You might have to log in with your password, or you can do a PIN, your 4-digit PIN. Julia's already logged in.
Got it. I want to remind you, you don't go to Mary Kay InTouch to download this. You go to your app store, okay?
Yep. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to use the plus sign. So I'm going to show you here. You can kind of see the screen. This is if you have an iPhone. And then, Julie, can you pull up your phone so they can see it there?
Yeah, same thing. Here I am. That's my Android phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, everyone you're going to see here, go ahead and click this little plus sign. So everyone click their plus sign.
Got it?
If I can push it there. Okay. So there's 5 little guys that you can click on. And so we're going to go inventory first. So go ahead, Julia, go ahead and click on the camera. So everyone, you're going to click on your camera.
Got it.
This is really difficult to do when you're holding it this way.
Looking the other way.
Oh, there's Julia on a camera.
I'm like triple.
And so with this little camera, it just continues. This one here is how you're going to do your inventory.
Okay.
So when you get your box of inventory from Mary Kay, you can actually take this and scan the barcode. So it will update everything that's in your inventory. Or, for example, say you have a box. You can actually flip it around, so it's hard for me to do this, but...
Here, mine shows.
Okay, so she would have her product, you see it right there, and you're just going to hold your product, and what we'll do, it pulls it up. So you can see it pulled up from that picture. And now you can add the number of items with that one product.
So, like, if you had a lipstick, would you put, like, you know, this color of the lipstick in, or just, like, 5 lipsticks?
That's a great question. So,
like, any color.
Well, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and click my plus sign again to do my inventory. Click on the camera. So, again, it looks like this. And, Julia, and you're going to see here, make sure, you just got to make sure it's in a clear picture. And sometimes it doesn't like to work like when you're checking out, but you just got to be patient. So, it's going to pull up here. You're going to see here it says firecracker. And then your questions, you can actually do other colors. There's actually a little...
Oh, okay.
So, for example, you can then, if you have all your lipsticks in front of you, you can do that. So, that's a really easy way of doing inventory. You can also scan with people's orders that way as well. What we're going to do, Julie, go back to your main screen. So, everyone's screen should look like this. Okay. Go ahead and click on inventory. Everyone should see like where it says my inventory. Okay. So, here is where, again, you can do the camera. So if you clicked on the camera, that would be if you wanted to do a scan.
On that Android, it looks like this right here.
Yep.
Instead.
And what you would do is you would use the camera, or you, for example, can use a search. So you're going to see this right up here. And we're going to put in combination.
Okay.
And Julia's going to show you her screen in a second. So if everyone's following along, you're just going to click that search button and type in combination. So you can see here.
And by the way, if you've got this downloaded, be doing this with us.
Yes.
While we're going over. It'd be about 1,000 times better, I think. Okay, so I typed in combination, and everything comes up that is combination of Mary Kay.
So you can see that, and what you're going to do is you can actually click on the item. So you can click on your moisturizer, wherever you want to click on.
Okay.
And you can actually then go in there by hand and actually adjust the number.
Okay.
So some of you, it's kind of like when you check out at Kroger or like a local grocery store. Sometimes when you search for the produce, sometimes you like to like search it by typing in the name. Some people like to look for the picture. So it just depends on your preference.
So these are just 2 different ways to do the same thing.
Same exact thing.
One is taking the picture, one is typing it in.
Yep.
Amanda, which way do you think is easier?
For my preference, I like to do the actual type in. I like to type it in because I'm fast on typing on my phone.
Yeah, I'm with you. I would think that would be faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I have a big inventory come in, though, I do scan it.
Okay, why wouldn't you scan, the packing slip you get?
Yes.
Why wouldn't you just do that every time?
Well, the first thing is actually a really good point. So when you start with your my inventory, is that you have to make sure that you probably already have inventory on your shelves, right?
Right.
And so what you're going to need to do is you need to actually physically go in and make sure you standardize. You need to make sure that everything that's in your inventory is actually on your phone. Then when your packing slips come in, you can just scan it.
Okay.
Because it's updating what you already have on your on hand.
So this will be what we would do if we go, today we're starting new.
Yes.
I'm going to go to my product closet and I'm going to type in everything or take pictures of it. And then when I get a package in, a shipment, I just take the packing slip out and I just go scan it from the same inventory thing, and then you're done, right?
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
Another part too with inventory, just in general, and I think you would agree, inventory is one of those things that over time it can get kind of I feel sometimes disorganized with my inventory, so sometimes you just will have to do every couple months to just like maybe have your assistant, if you're a director or you have someone working for you, or yourself go in and just do your physical update. Go through your closet, see what's going on, make sure it's updated. Because sometimes you'll miss something, or maybe you didn't track it properly. So
Okay.
I use that every couple months, just go back to make sure.
So what happens if you're off?
You just change it. You just go in and change the numbers.
Okay.
And then you get better at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's nothing like I missed something if it's off. It's
Yeah.
Because so the inventory is just for me as a consultant when I'm sitting with someone to go, oh, you want 6 eye makeup removers? Oh, I have 3 left.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
Sorry, I have to ship 2 to you or whatever.
Exactly.
That's just for you. It's not like for taxes.
I don't believe so.
I mean, maybe you could use it, but
Yeah.
not whatever. Okay.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing with the inventory is that, to me, it lets me see what I'm moving. Like, it lets me see, if I see, for example, like you saw on my cleansers, like my cleansers are -12, my inventory is coming in today, actually. So just know. But it shows me, for example, like what's moving through my store.
Wow.
So if I have, like, I see that I'm like going negative often, it means I probably need to carry some more inventory on hand because I'm moving that product more.
Okay.
So
you sold 12 cleansers that you didn't
I mean, I
have.
sell basic sets.
This girl sold over $1,000 last week. Boom.
Boom. So yeah. And it's great. It's a great feature. So yeah. So what we're going to do is we have questions. We're going to pause really fast. If you have any questions, every single little segment, you can go ahead and Facebook post them.
Okay.
And we'll answer them as we go along. So, all right, everyone feel good with inventory?
If you have any questions, you can type them.
Okay, or like it, and we know we're doing a good job. So, all right. So next we're gonna do the customers. So customers are like
Gold.
They're the base of your business.
Yeah.
You don't have business without customers. So again, we're gonna use that plus sign. So everyone, go ahead. If you're following along, you're gonna click on that plus sign.
Okay.
This is your favorite button. Because think about when I'm hitting the plus sign, I'm either adding a customer or adding a sale. Like I'm adding to my business, all right? So we're gonna click on the plus sign.
Okay.
And Julia, which one do you think you would click out of those options to add a new customer?
Probably the one with the person silhouette on it.
Yeah, good job.
Yay! I'm so smart.
Well, sometimes it can be real nerve-wracking. So you're gonna click on that. So everyone click on that if you're following along, and you're gonna see here on your phone, it's gonna have people's information. So you could. At a party.
It's a little different on Android, but it's basically the same.
Basically the same thing. And what you can do is that you can actually, at a party, you could pass your phone around and have everyone put their information in. After a party, you could actually do it right then and there. Or you can have everyone text your information to you. So like their name in a separate text, email in a separate text. I do that at my parties now.
Wow.
Everything's paperless. And so you can literally copy paste. So this is a great feature. So we're going to go ahead and add people, we're going to add somebody. So let's go ahead. I'm going to add Julia Burnett to my phone. And so you're just going to type in her first name, and I'm going to show you here. It's just like you're texting. So it's just like you're texting. And you can see it says Julia Burnett.
Okay.
Now, say I'm sitting with Julia, and I want to remember who you are because you're going to have a customer base over a couple hundred eventually.
Yeah.
And one day you won't remember.
That's right.
You won't.
It's true.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay.
Totally true.
So which one do you think, Julia, we want to click on if we want to do a picture with them?
I'm gonna go with the button that has a camera on it.
Good job.
Yeah.
So you're gonna click that button right there. Julia's gonna show you her screen as well.
Yeah. Right. It's this way. Hello camera. JB camera.
Yep. So we're gonna click on that.
Okay.
And this is where again you can do a camera, take a picture, or you can actually choose from your library.
Okay.
So for example, if you took a group selfie, that's what I always do at my parties at the very end because then I can stretch the picture out so I have the picture.
That's right.
And then you can also do a camera. So
So on Android, this is if you want to do a selfie, it's this little button, this little guy. Okay, and then this is the one that you actually take the picture with. Okay.
And then you can easily do that. And then suddenly.
So ready? Okay.
Perfect.
Awesome.
And see how fun that is? Yeah. So fun.
It's super fun.
All right. Then as you go along, there's information that you're going to want to record. So just like on your customer profile card, it has your phone number, it has email, address, you can see it here. And then this is the powerful part in this section, additional information. So for example, you could add an important date. So I'm going to go ahead and click this button right here. Whenever you want to add something, you just hit the plus sign if you're on an iPhone. And if you're on an Android.
It just says important date. That little doodad right there. Right there.
So you can do this, and you can keep adding, and you can click there, Julia, for they can kind of see.
On an Android, it shows graduation, new baby, Can you all read backwards? Wedding.
Yeah.
Is that backwards for you all do?
I'm not sure. It might be.
Vacation.
But you can add as many important dates that you want to. So we definitely think that your birthdays would be important.
Absolutely.
Anniversaries, a new baby. Think about it, a new job. If you send them a postcard, you can use, there's so many apps you can download now that you can literally like send them a digital postcard in the mail. And if you have that date, it's so easy to use. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and move on. There's also what you see down here. It says add spouse. That's important. It says add spouse because
That's important for like Valentine's Day is coming up.
yes.
And Christmas.
Yeah.
You know.
Or just for general conversation, because sometimes I'm like, how's your husband?
True. Right.
Your hubby. How's that man you're married to?
That's right. That's important.
So
people, the names, they'll go, how does she remember my husband's name? That's amazing.
It's like your realtor. Your realtor doesn't remember your guys' name. They have a record on you.
That's
they have
right.
a file. So, all right. Then we're going to go hand down here, and we're going to go over where it says everyone should see.
I don't think they can see that.
Let's see. Is that better?
There we go.
There it goes.
You can
Okay.
see.
So there's going to be something that says add note. So go ahead and add note, everybody.
Okay.
And this is where you can take all those personal notes about somebody. So maybe their kids' names, maybe they liked a certain product, maybe she was really like a high D personality, or maybe any single thing that you want to remember about her, you can put them in this section. So what would you want to put, Julia, when you were building your business that you would want to know?
I want to put all kinds of things, like what her profession was, any type of, like, if she's complaining about a certain something in her life that might indicate a need for her, that maybe Mary Kay might be a good fit for her.
Yeah.
Definitely kids, for sure. Kids' names, kids' ages.
You name it.
What else?
Maybe if she's a runner. Maybe if she's like just like anything.
Anything that maybe we have in common.
Yeah.
Things that, like, if I called her something, I might reference.
Exactly.
You know, so I can be like, hey, how's that new puppy? You know, or whatever. I mean, just, or did you ever, how are the Cayman Islands? Or whatever, when you went on vacation, just anything that would be.
And I think that you've said this before, that taking the time to actually write it down after you talk to somebody, even though you probably won't remember, I think you have a better chance of remembering yourself even before when you see them the next time.
Yes.
Because you've already written it down. It's somewhere in your brain.
Because you've taken the time to input it, then therefore you're more likely to increase in your brain.
So you know they have 3 kids. You just have to remember how they spell their names.
Yes.
So, okay. All right. Then the last thing we're going to talk about on this section here is, this is the most favorite part. And next week we're going to go over this powerful, like, this is like
she's already shaking. She's
I'm so excited. Because, okay, so as a high I personality, I struggle with keeping things organized, and like how, like, when, if they're a nurse, or like there's nurse day or whatever's going on, and I know people have that job, and I have customers, how do you serve them? So when you go here, you're going to see a section, make sure you can see it. They can see it, Julia.
There we go.
There we go. So my favorite one is add tag.
This is, or it says GAT. GAT, duh.
So you're going to click on, everyone on your phone, you're just going to hit add tag. Okay, so everyone click on that.
Okay.
So you're going to come up, and it's going to look different. Mine already have pre-tags that I've used before.
Yeah, mine, actually, I don't know how mine has tags. I don't know who put these tags. Who put these tags on my phone? But it says customer, maybe these are already, so I have add to PCP, people to add to PCP, customer type A, B, and C. Say a sale I had back in 2010.
This is actually a great point. This actually, everything we're doing with your customer syncs up to my customers on Mary Kay InTouch.
Okay.
So if you, for example, are more like, you like having a desktop and you want to input your information that way for your customer, you can add a tag there.
Okay.
So you might have done it in the past, or your assistant did it.
Okay.
And it's going to show up here.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So the tags are a big old
Yes.
deal.
So what this is that after every appointment, I use this and I tag what she bought. I tag what job she might be in. I tag what colors she liked. I tag if she's a lip person, dream team, if she bought a basic set, time-wise repair. I tag every single thing that I want to know, because then I can easily, next week we're going to show you, I can easily access that group of people. I can click on that tag on a separate page, and it pulls everybody. It's going to pull the 50 people that I have on repair. That's the goal this year. So it's so simple. You can tag where they live. So imagine you have a party in Dayton, Ohio, where I'm from, and then something cancels and you're not from there. If you have other customers in Dayton, you can put Dayton on all your customers. So if someone cancels,
Yeah. So be like, hey, I'm going to be coming through Dayton in the next week. What can I drop off for you?
exactly. What else would you want to tag? What other things would you want to know, Julia? Like you would put here for you?
I would want to know, I would want to have categories of people who have dry skin, or people who, like, so for example, if we're snowed in one day and I can't leave the house, what can I do from home? I can make customer service calls. I would want to know. So maybe it's cold outside and it's something I can do. I can contact everyone that has super dry skin and say, hey, do you need to upgrade with your, your skincare regime? You might be flaking or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to know people who are on skincare. I want to know, like, my diva girls, my glamour girls. So if we had, like, a model makeover night, I would want to know, like, I would tag people who might be in college. I might tag people who, like you said, who are nurses or teachers, have a certain profession. I would probably tag, probably, like, I don't know, moms of small kids.
Everything. It's almost, if you think about it, in that note section, anything that I would note down, I just make it into my hashtag, if you want to think of it that way. Hashtag Jimmy Fallon. I would use that, and I would take it and I would actually kind of repeat it in the tag section. So I would literally, like, put it in the tag section.
Yeah. And so one way I like to think of it too, tags are like categories. So like groups. All it is groups. Another way to say that. And so, like, you noticed in mine that already came up because I already had them. I had customer A, B, and C.
Yep.
And so I liked to also tag people. Like, my A customers are like my people who they are great customers. I can call them anytime and say, hey, what do you need? Like, they love me. I love them. They love Mary Kay. My B customers are people that, they're like the next tier down, but they, I think I could bring them to an A maybe someday. And the C customers would be like people that bought like a little something. Yeah, one little something, but I don't want to lose them. So that was another way I categorize people.
Yeah, that's exactly, and I do the same thing in my business. The other thing I love about this is that what I do is that sometimes when you build your customers, you, like, want to see them again, but necessarily they're not going to, they look at you and they say, I can't hold a party in the next month, right? And then what happens is you kind of forget when to reach out to them. So after every appointment, if I know them already, or if they're not going to book an appointment, I say, hey, I want to see you anyways in a few months. Let's go ahead. I'll be back in May. And so my favorite tags are these, is where I actually put I put the date. You can kind of see it. April 2017. Or you can do May 2017, whatever the month. And so when it comes to April, I now have a group of people that I can reach out and call. They said April.
Ooh, boom.
And then I can book them in April.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's
because sometimes you have customers that, like, that just like, I know Linda Tupin's one of our main training is that you'll have groups of people that will see you again every 3, 4, 6 months. And so if you're at that group party and you know that they're just, you talk about the second appointment, they're just not booking it, I'm going to book that group of people and say, hey, let's go ahead and pencil this in. And then I can make that note on my tag, and, like, May 2017, I'm calling that hostess.
It would also be good for, like, recruiting prospects too. Like, so what happens in different seasons, you start hearing the same thing, like at Christmas you'll hear after the holidays, or at April, May, with mothers of school-age kids, you'll start hearing, oh, call me when the kids are in summer or whatever. And so you can make tags like that too, like
everything.
Prospects for summer or whatever.
It's like, it's you can be as specific as you want to be. The more specific you are, the better. And so we'll go over more on this next week, and then showing you now how that we have these tags, what we use, how we use them more effectively, and how to search them. But, I mean, seriously, you gotta love that one. The tags are like a game changer for me. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and go off of the customer. The last thing.
Hang on, should we see if we have any questions?
Yeah, let's go
How do we see that? It looks, do we just scroll?
I'm not sure. I think on this one, we can't see questions.
Can we not see questions? Maybe.
Can you see questions, Anna?
Only a few at a time.
Okay.
Okay, but there. Oh, here we go. Direct. Okay.
We're gonna.
Okay.
Oh,
we got some questions.
Right.
Okay.
So yes, I for director, great question, Holly. You definitely can use your put consultants in as a customer, and you group them that way. Or if you're building your team, you can add your team members to there, because really think about all of us are just really good customers of Mary Kay.
True.
And then you can group them together. Great question, definitely, Holly.
And here's one from Jen Kelly. So you have to tag them as repair as opposed to searching within the products to see the sales history. So can you do it both ways?
Yeah, you can do both.
All right, so explain that to people.
So you have to tag them as repair as opposed to searching within the product. Okay, so you don't have to. Tags are an option. You don't have to use tags. So if someone orders from me and I do my online receipt, my online order, I can go through their search history and I can see the repair. I can see what they personally ordered. With the tags, though, I can group. It just groups everyone together. So everyone that buys repair, when I have a repair item that is new that's coming out, I can just now click on it and it's going to populate everyone.
But
should
is
see
there
it.
any way to say, like, we have a new mascara coming out? Let's say we don't, but just as an example. And could I wish. Well, anyway, is there a way I could go in here and just type in for sales history? Who's everyone that's ever bought a mascara from me?
I'm not.
Is there a way to do that?
I'm not 100% sure. That's a great question.
All right, we'll find that out for next week.
That's a great
okay?
question. So, but again, you can easily just put a tag.
Okay.
Put that tag, put lash intensity.
Okay.
So.
All right, cool.
Awesome. Great. Okay. So we're going to go. And the last thing with this, I do want to show you. So some of you might already be really detailed and you already have people's information, their address, everything. So you can go here instead and you can click add from contacts. So you would push right there.
Wait, what are we doing?
We're going to go back
I got
to,
distracted.
oh, you're fine. My customers. So go ahead and add your
sign.
customers.
Okay.
So you can, for example, you can pull from your contacts on your phone. So you can do add from contacts. So you can click here, and now I can search in my phone. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to search Julia because
So, for example, like if your neighbor, you've never talked about Mary Kay, but she's on your phone, and suddenly she becomes a Mary Kay customer, you could just type in her, and all her info populates from the contact you have saved already in your phone.
And so I just showed you your phone number. I'm really sorry. So that's Julia. Don't text. Please don't blow her phone. So that's how you would do that. All right, and then with the Android, you're going to use the ellipsis, that little dot. So you're going to use
The three dots?
The three dot, and
Okay.
that says import contact.
Okay. And you click on that, and then it brings to my contacts.
Yep.
In my
Same
phone.
exact thing.
Okay.
All right.
That's super easy.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump to our third section, and at the end of today, we're going to post 3 action items that we want you to do, and we're going to have you then text that you've done it. You can take a picture of it, screenshot it, or just text, depending on how tech-savvy you are, to your director, because the more that you practice, the better you'll get. So remember, if you're like, I'm already lost, just rewatch this. So this is my favorite part, besides the tags, are the orders. So we're going to go ahead and add, and I actually had to reorder while I was sitting here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love it.
Gotta hate that. Yeah.
I don't. So, Julie, we're going to go ahead and add an order. So go ahead and click that plus sign, everyone, again. So which one, Julie, do you think would be the one?
Oh, look. They look the same.
They look the same. Which one do you think if we're going to do an order for somebody?
I'm going to say the little shopping bag. What do you think? With the MK on it?
You got it.
It looks like a purse.
Yeah,
We'll go with that.
Yeah. So what you're going to see here is you're going to see all your customers populate your phone. So what you can do then is you can then search and add, and you're going to add to their order. So I'm going to search my customers because she's cool with that. And I'm going to search, it's Becca.
Okay.
I'm going to click on Becca.
Okay.
And then it's going to pop here where you can either do a customer delivery service or from my inventory.
Yeah, Android looks like that. You pick.
Okay. So we're going to do from our inventory because we love carrying inventory on hand.
Right.
So we're going to click on that and it's going to take you to a screen. So now you can do a couple different things. It's just like checking out again at a grocery store. Some people like to search by pictures. So say like you like to search and you like to look, you can click, for example, skincare. If you click skincare, you can then search by collection, concern, product. So you can search by pictures. If you have the item in front of you, you can click that camera at the very top and you can scan the product. Hi, Julia.
Hi. I'm not a product.
And whenever you want to go back, you just hit the back button. That little back arrow. My favorite way to find product, honestly, is searching. The more specific you can be, the better off you're going to be. So, for example, she just bought the liquid eyeliner. So I know that liquid is a great search term. And look, there we go.
Okay.
She also ordered, when you go here, it's going to pull up the item. And I'm going to click on that number box. And I'm going to add the item.
Okay.
And suddenly,
There it is.
you'll see here, there's a little dot. And it's filled the cart.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and add another product. So when I want to go, I'm going to hit the back button. That's really hard to do on the camera while looking at the phone. And she ordered a Beach Blonde cream eyeshadow. So I'm going to hit the search tab again.
Okay.
And I know that Beach Blonde is going to pull up pretty fast because there's nothing else called that.
Okay.
So again, you're going to click on the item that you want to add to her order. And then suddenly it appears. And then you can see it has all the different colors. And you're going to click on the box. And you're going to, you have to be kind of fast, add the one, and it's now going to add to the cart.
Okay.
So you would just continue to do that
So this would be like if you're sitting with her at a party,
Yep.
at a one-on-one.
Yep. I did it actually at my party this past weekend, and it's so easy because it's done. I don't have to have the paper anymore. For those that like paper, you can use your paper still, but for me, I love not having to use paper. I can just use my phone. So once you're done, we're going to click, when you're ready to check out, just like you would on an online store, you would click like check out or the bag.
Okay.
So we're going to click the bag because we're ready to check out.
Okay.
And then it's going to pull up the items. So you're going to see here, because we are delivering from our inventory, you're going to click delivered. So everyone see where there's a little circle?
So y'all see that where it says delivered right there? And on Android, it's the same thing. It's a little square.
Yep.
Okay, so this means like I'm at a party with Amanda. I'm getting
giving
an
it to her.
order. I'm like, here's your eye makeup remover.
Exactly.
What if we saw eye makeup remover?
You totally buy that, by the way.
Here's your giant eye makeup remover.
I know women who would buy that.
Here's your eye pencil. And so it's coming out of your inventory.
Yeah.
And so you're like,
Done.
check, delivered. You see that? And so then this little box here actually shows my inventory. Now I'm -1, -1.
Yep,
okay,
exactly.
So that's what it shows.
And it lets you see here where you can see before we even click it, you can see the number. So you can see if you keep your inventory up to date, you can say to her, because sometimes you're at a party, you're like, do I have that in stock? Like, hopefully I have that in stock. And you don't want to promise her that you have it in stock, and then you come back and you're like, so I have to ship that to you because you're
Yeah.
out of it. You can see that number and you can tell her, hey, this one's in stock, this one's in stock, I'm going to mail you the rest of them.
So look what it says. So right here, it's saying like I owe her these. This is not delivered. And so let's say I have this on hand. I have this, but I don't have that one. So this is partially delivered.
Yes.
Okay. And then if I do have that oil mattifier. Now it says fully delivered.
Yep.
So it actually, that little word changes depending on what you have in stock. So you can always check orders and
Yep.
see who still needs something from you.
It's so awesome. I love this.
Now this is the best part. This is the you're gonna love it.
So as we go along, if you forget something, you can do, again, browse catalog, add additional items, scan product. My favorite part with this little section, it says customer products. So go ahead and click that face,
Okay.
Julia. And I'm going to show them on mine, actually.
Okay.
So what's great about this is that it's going to, see this little heart working? It has all of her items she's already bought from me. So say she's like, hey, what was that one foundation? Add a foundation for me. And I'm like, I don't even know. Like, you can, if it's in here, you can just
pulls it
add
up. Ah, that's awesome.
Isn't that so easy?
That's crazy good. Yeah.
So, all right.
So helpful.
So we are going to exit that.
So it has all her past orders.
Yes,
there.
you got it.
Okay.
All right. So I hit the wrong button.
Okay.
Sometimes that happens. All right, let me go back to Becca. We're going to go ahead and from my inventory.
And so basically, the next step is it has an address on here, like where you plug in her address. Obviously, you probably already plugged it in because you passed your phone
Yep.
around or she texted it to you. And then this is the coolest part, the payment right here. The next button says payment.
Yep.
All right.
And in this section right here, you're going to see, actually, pull up your phone, Julia, because mine's not.
Okay. Under payment,
Yep.
it actually shows you can pay with credit card, cash, or check.
Yep.
And you actually click on it. So you can click on it and look at that. It actually has where you plug in all her credit card info.
Yep.
So you're actually at the consultation.
Yes.
You can just plug it in right here and it's already there. And then at the bottom, it says charge card. So you charge it and voila,
You're good to go.
your pro pay is done.
Yep.
So you don't have to worry about it later, which that's great. And the other thing that you were saying
Yeah.
is if it declines,
Sorry.
I'm sure that's never happened to anybody.
Yeah.
Then it's it shows up immediately if
Yep.
it declines. So there's none of this oh, I didn't get
This is
it,
dancing around.
right? Can you pay me, please?
Yeah.
I mean, it's shows up right there.
And so once you would charge your card and you'd be done. And so you're going to hit X though, because we're going to go back. The other part with this too, you can see here, we're going to just jump back up where you see total. So go ahead and click on total. And it actually pulls up the subtotal. And so next week we're going to show you how you can set your tax rate for your county. And so for example, at my party this past week, because I had my tax rate already set up, it gave me the actual total. I didn't even have to use my calculator to calculate it. So I feel way more confident with my final total.
Okay.
And you can also add discounts. You can do percentages. You would just click on the name. You would click on order discount. And you can do percentage or amount.
Which is super helpful.
Which is really great. All right, and then at the very end, when you're ready to go, you would mark it complete. So say she's already, everything's taken care of, you have the product on hand, or she's already paid, everything is done, you can mark that complete.
Okay.
So it's now done, taken care of. But the neatest part is when you're done, you can click this little button, and it says send email receipt. So you would click right here at the end of a party.
Oh, and you can do like email.
Yep.
And it'll send her an email receipt.
You got it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just show them on mine just to make sure. And then, Julie, if you want to show them the notes in the reminder section.
Yeah. Hey, we've got a few questions about credit cards
Yes.
here. So, we do have to use a ProPay account? It's a question was.
Yes.
Yeah. So you
Yes.
have to have a ProPay account. This link's
Yes.
only with ProPay.
Only with ProPay.
Right?
Yes.
And then Ellen asked the question: if your customer wants to put half the amount on one card, the other half on another card, can the app do that?
Yes, you can break up your payment. You can charge because you're determining how much you're charging her. Just like when you go online and do an order.
So you can put in 2 credit cards.
Oh, she says you want to do 2 different
Kind of, I think.
on one card, the other half on another card. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. I haven't had anyone doing that.
I'll write
do
that
yet.
down. We'll figure it out by next week.
Yeah.
But I would imagine it would, because like in ProPay, you can charge 2 different cards. I mean, you may have to take an extra step
Yeah.
of going back and charging, but
Yeah, and yeah.
okay. Sorry, my screen went off.
Oh, you're okay. All right, and then I'm gonna go here. Let me add the item, and let's see what other questions I look around.
Anything else?
I
Here?
think there was a question with the paper.
Here we go.
Yep.
ProPay, credit card. Oh, Holly, if you've been using paper sales tickets after your party, then you need to enter that order into the app. So those products are then deducted from the
Yes.
digital.
Yes.
Okay.
Holly has a great question. So say you're using a paper receipt and you're taking inventory, giving it to her. You want to make sure you're adding that order to your customer, your customer's information.
Yeah.
1, because you know what she's ordering, and then 2, you want to make sure it's being deducted from your inventory.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you only have it in paper form and you don't do it to your digital,
Yeah.
things will get out of whack.
Okay.
So
Would you still recommend you use paper customer receipts? So, I mean, I don't know if some people like. I always kept the receipts. I was the one that physically wrote them down when they talked to me. I didn't like hand out customer receipts and let people fill them out, but some might. So,
I mean, again, it would just depend on your preference. I like to go paperless just because it makes it super eco.
yeah.
It's easy. It's current. I think it's where we're headed, actually,
Yeah, I
across
do.
the board. But I think at the same time, if you're just not comfortable doing this and you're like, I just want to do paper, and sometimes you might have maybe older or people who are like, I really want a paper receipt right now, then of course, I would do that. I would say it probably depends on the person. If I could, I would go digital. And again, I think if you are, when you're asking your closing questions at a party, for example, I actually now have everyone text me their closing answers. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then I say, okay, write numbers 1, 2, 3. What was your favorite part? What set would you take home? I have them text me there because I have their numbers now.
Wow.
And it's easy. It's easy. And so instead of having paper at a closeout, I have the same exact questions, but it's on their phone.
Okay.
So again, if you're maybe working with an older woman or someone that's not tech savvy, then I would definitely use paper.
Okay.
But again, I would just get comfortable with it. It'd be easy to use.
Yeah, another question we had is, do you email the receipt to yourself and then I don't think you need to email it to you because you have it all on the app, and
Correct.
it's going to be the other thing. I don't know if we said or not, maybe we did, but everything that's in the My Customers Plus app also syncs to My Customers on InTouch. So everything in here, well, not your inventory, except for the inventory, all your customer info and tags
Orders.
and all that orders, it's all connected to Mary Kay InTouch. So you have access to everything on the desktop and on your phone for the app as well.
Yes.
So you don't need to email it to you because it's on your phone.
And it's great. I mean, I did it all last week. I've been doing it the last couple of weeks, and I did it at my party this past week, and it was so easy, so easy to do. And then at the end of my party, I said, "Okay, do you want your email receipt?" And she's like, "Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Done."
Yeah.
And it's just very professional.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's not uncommon for you to go eat somewhere and it's all digital now.
And you would do the same thing if you were doing a customer delivery service. So the same exact process. The biggest thing you just want to make sure you have their address. So again, even when that option was when you could do adding that order, all you would do is you would hit the customer delivery service option, the CDS order, and then it's all the same page, same process, same exact thing.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
and I do, if I remember correctly, you do have the option at the end for ProPay. Will say like, do you want to use their credit card or are you funds in your account? So you have that option just like you would using the ProPay app.
That's perfect. So we have another question. It says, I have one item running low on my inventory on the app. How can I quickly determine which item it is for my reorder? Can you maybe walk through like when you you get a reminder, like you can set when you look at your inventory, you can set like notify me when I am down to a certain number. Like, I makeup removers, which I sell. I mean, I sell like they come like this.
Yeah.
I can say, alert me when I'm down to 5.
The thing that I do, off the top of my head, is when I look at this and you see the home screen, so the question she's asking about, you can see it says 25 items running low. Mm-hmm. So you're going to click My Inventory. Mm-hmm. So you click that. What I do to see, if you see that up and down arrow, I click there, and you can do quantity low to high.
Okay.
You have your different options, just like when you're buying shoes. You can search by color. So you can narrow down your focus.
Okay.
And I can do low to high, and it's going to pull up the items.
Okay. So
and
you
the
can see what
numbers.
you have. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what I would do. I imagine there might be something a little bit easier, but that's what I do, and I'll double check that when we prep for next week. And we'll be going over more of that. Like, now that I have all this information in my phone, how do I easily access it? Like, inventory.
Like, what do you do with all this? Now that you have this info, what do you do with it?
The biggest thing is just getting the information in, because then we just want to be able then to use information next week. But we got to get the information in first.
That's right. Okay. So, and I'd say one more final question, unless there's other big things. We have some questions about like negative inventory.
Yes.
I think we should speak to that, because that could be an open loop that could drive you crazy.
This is actually, I'm not sure how you say your first name, but how
Natividad?
It's beautiful.
I know. I'm so not. I know. I'm not saying that.
She's exactly right. It's because you have unfinished orders on your website. So what that means is that we're going to go over more of that next week.
That's going to be next week?
Yeah, I'm going to cover that next week because I don't want to overwhelm people.
Okay. So give them or unless there's other things to add.
Is the inventory only saved? Yes. Okay, so this is a question we need to double check with corporate.
Okay.
When it might have changed when I used it in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
The inventory when I used it in the summer was only saved into my phone. If my assistant is accessing the app on her phone, the inventory was not syncing up at that time.
Okay.
It might have been a glitch. So we'll double check that for you.
Okay.
So I gotta imagine it syncs up
I would think it would.
to the actual app. We'll make sure though.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Is there any other questions? It all syncs now? Yay! Thank you for knowing that.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're all good. And if we didn't answer one of your questions, we'll loop back and we'll make sure to get them answered next week. So here are your 3 action steps. So the first one is this. Inventory is simple. We want you to actually add your inventory.
Yay!
Yay! And honestly, we're going to make it an easy step. So even if you add you just get your skincare, and we'd be really happy. So get one section of your inventory in. Second action step, and we'll put this in. We'll type this afterwards so that you know what it is. The second one is we want you to actually add a customer. We want you to add a customer, and I want you for that customer to add at least 3 tags.
Okay.
Add 3 tags to that customer. And then the last one is the order. The last one is the order. We want you in this next week, when you have a reorder and or a new customer, go digital.
Okay.
Try digital.
Okay. So add something from your inventory,
Yep.
maybe like one section of your inventory.
If you're not going to do all of it. Yep.
Okay. Add a customer and put 3 tags. And then what was the third one?
The third one is this week, whether it's a reorder or at a party, go digital.
Okay, this week, go digital.
And I would, if you're nervous about it, I would just do it at a facial.
Yeah.
Or when someone restocks with you, instead of pulling out that paper receipt, pull up your phone.
Okay. I want to say, too, that there's a really great quote, like Sean Key would always say, is that those who don't change with the times will be fully prepared for a world that no longer exists. And so what I want to say is that this is not a deviation from the Mary Kay ways. This is not a deviation from what we know to be true, but this is just a change and shift in a way of being efficient. And so it might take a little bit of a while to kind of dig in and get used to it. It is, it can be a challenge to add a new skill. But what I'll say is what you're going to learn next week. And the reason why this is important, it may not seem so obvious now, but next week when we show you why this is important, we're going to show you more of the customer follow-up and how to text people in a group where it looks like it's coming one-on-one.
Yep.
What else are we going to do next week?
We're going to show you, for example, how to set your reminders for you know exactly when to follow up with people. We're going to show you how, like what Julie was saying, we're going to show you how to filter so you know exactly. So say there's a new time-wise repair coming out, and you want to contact your A customers. We're going to show you how to dig into layers. Just like when you're buying your shoes, you want to find the right color, the right brand. We're going to show you how to do that with your customers. And then also next week, we're going to show you how to use this app as a recruiting tool.
Okay.
Because it really is a recruiting tool. If you're sitting across from someone and they say, well, I don't know anything about makeup, I don't know how to get the right products to people, We're going to
Yes.
show you how to use this to recruit.
Yeah, and we're going to show you like when someone says, well, my skin concern is I have really patchy, dry skin, like how to use this to look up what products are for them.
Yep.
This is going to say when the woman that you're sitting across from in a recruiting situation, when she says, I just don't have time for Mary Kay, I don't have time to add this, you can be like, girl, it's
Yeah.
right here. Like all these notifications, if you want them to, they don't have to, but you can set them where they show up on your phone. So next Monday is where the rubber hits the road and where you're really going to learn how to
Yeah.
use it and why it's going to save you a lot of time. Because here's what I know to be true. After starting this business in 2002, I left thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, thousands, like probably $100,000 I have left on the table personally because of lack of follow-up and because of lack of keeping people on the skincare because I just didn't do my job because we didn't have an app like this and I wasn't organized enough to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, I mean, you are going to make so much more money from being, I don't know if I'm allowed to say you're going to make more money, but I'm saying you are going to be able to do the follow-up, which should result in more income for you.
Yeah.
By just learning how to shift and how to put in tags and reminders and all that. So
And I started really switching this over a few weeks ago. And this past week, I really went all digital. And it's exactly the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The more you practice, the better you get. By the time I got to my party this week, it was easy. Like, it was simple. It was easy. The first one, I was fumbling around early in the week. By the end of the week, it was easy. So just make sure, keep positive. And if you only do one thing, just add customers. Like, add your customers. If I was going to say one thing for next week, do your customers in your tags. That is the most important thing.
But wait, all your customers on InTouch will automatically upload here. You're not adding all your customers, just add new customers, like new people.
Yeah. But that's like
add all of your customers on InTouch. That's all. Just all you gotta do by next week. Anyway.
Yes. Good point.
Right. No, not that.
Okay. And then last thing she says here, it says before appointments, you can have your customer go to your site and register. Their information will be in My Customers. Exactly. And so it's just a great. Yeah, and we'll go over a little bit more about that next week too. So this is great. You should have done the training. I love it.
I know. So good. All right, thank you so much for being on. Thank you for your time. And Amanda, high five, girl. Thank you for driving all the way from Dayton, Ohio. I appreciate that. So you all have an amazing day, and we'll catch you next Monday.
Bye, guys.
Bye. How do I turn this? How do I turn it off?
I think you hit
Finish.